Manchester United travel to obviously face Tottenham Hotspur in another crucial Premier League game. Now, these are the 5 things to expect ahead of the game. We'll be going through some quotes from Ruben Amorim, what he talked about, the characteristics, the team, and much more. We'll be going through my predicted team, threats to look at from both Spurs and Manchester United as well. So let's get into it now. First one, the United team. Now, I think there won't be any changes. I think there will have to be changes into the characteristics in which Manchester United play. And that's something that Ruben Amorim talked about, that Manchester United have got better in. Now, you look at Spurs, we know how they're going to play. Aggressive, high press. And that's where they got kind of caught out against Chelsea. But we know they're a team who can cause problems on the counter-attack. They're very good defensively, and they're a threat from set pieces. So Ruben Amorim will have to adapt the team to kind of fit those needs. Now, in goal will obviously be Le Mans. It's going to be a tough game for him. Tottenham are a real threat from set pieces at the moment, and they are scoring goals. They scored 2 against Everton, and they are a team that's good from set pieces. Now, in terms of the back three, again, Yoro, De Ligt and Shaw, that's what I would go with. Again, you could see Masraoui come in, but I think it will be Yoro, De Ligt, Shaw. The left wing back, I would not start Dalot at all. I think Dalot had a very, very poor performance against Forest. I would go with Dorgu, but again, if you're not going to go with Dorgu, I'd put Masraoui there. And if you're not going to go with Masraoui, you can put Luke Shaw there. So there are options there for Manchester United to put a left wing back. I think not going with Dalot is the best option to go for. I think in a game like this as well, Kudus, Porro, if it's not Kudus, it's going to be someone else of quality who can cause problems down that side anyway. So that's definitely something there to look out for. Right wing back, obviously Ahmad. Ahmad has been the guy who started the big games this season. Anfield away, Etihad away. He started, I believe, those 2 games. So yeah, they're 2 big games, and I think Ahmad will start. And I think what you need from Ahmad is to push whoever the left back is of Spurs back, whether that's Jed Spence, whether that's Udogie. You need to be able to push them back and to get as high as up the pitch as you can. And I think Ahmad does do that. Obviously, there are the negatives of playing Ahmad, gets caught out on the back post, but I think what he needs attacking wise, and what he offers to this team attacking wise, is very, very good. Now, in terms of midfield, it's going to be Casemiro and Bruno. Now, I think Casemiro is a key. I think Spurs, they have a lot of runners and they have a lot of good, energetic players in midfield. Palhinha, Sarr, they've got some quality players in there who can cause problems, and I think we need to be aware of that. And I think Casemiro at times does get caught out, and he does sometimes be sloppy in possession. But I think this is a game where we really need Casemiro and Bruno to do a very good job in that midfield. As I said, Sarr, whether Spence and Cole, they are very, very good players in midfield, and I think Frank has a real emphasis on getting that midfield right. And I think Spurs have that's the position where they've been criticised most. They're a very, very good team defensively, but attacking wise, the midfield haven't been offering much. Now, in terms of the 2 10s, Cunha and Burmo, and I'd go SESKO through the middle. Now, you could see Mason Mount come in for SESKO and move Cunha up front, but I would go with Cunha and Burmo SESKO. I think they've looked very, very good of late, and they've been very, very good defensively. So that would be my team. Now, the second thing, United's threat, as I said, it comes from Ahmad down that side. I think Spencer's looked good for them, and I think he's been a very, very good player so far for them this season. But I think you have to utilise Ahmad and Burmo. You have to put crosses into the box to get out their defence. Spurs have been very, very good defensively this season, and that's something that Frank has immediately improved since coming into their team. Obviously, they conceded a lot of goals last season, but I think he's made them more solid defensively. He's had the 4 at the back, 2 sitting midfielders to make them a lot more solid. I think Vicario's been class for them as well. But if you watch them against Chelsea, there's definitely ways you can exploit them. I think Chelsea were very, very good at pressing. Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez were really pushing forward, and that's where ultimately their goal came from. So I think United, if they are going to get any joy, and then we have to go with the high press, push the line up, Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes press. It's kind of the one that we've seen similar to Brighton, where everyone was physical, aggressive, and I think this is the sort of game where it's going to work. Against Forest, it was more different, but I think we have to take the game to Spurs. They want a not great form in the league. Obviously, yes, they won 4-0 in the Champions League, but I think we can certainly get at them from our point of view. Now, let's talk about Tottenham again. I think Mickey van der Ven is probably their most informed player. He's got 5 goals for them this season, scored a wicked goal against Copenhagen, and we've seen that driving, roaring run from midfield. I think that is a big threat of theirs. The fact that he can power through midfield, it's a very, very good asset to have, and he's very, very good at doing it. He's also a threat from set pieces as well, and I think also their attack has looked very, very good. And yeah, they're just they're a clinical team, and if they do get chances, they will score. Yes, they've had some good performances this season. I think Man City early on in the season was very, very good for them. Obviously, Copenhagen during the week. But they've had some disappointing performances at home, and their form at home isn't great. I think they've played 5, lost 3, won 1 and draw 1. So their form at home isn't great, and I think they are struggling to get momentum at home. But again, Frank's a very, very good manager, and we know he can adapt to situations. He can play a back 5 or a back 4, whatever he wants to do. And I think the aim is probably going to be to hit United on the counter-attack and defend very, very well. And I think United have to take the game to Spurs, and I think it's going to be a good game. But yeah, that's Spurs. Now, I want to talk about Amorims' quotes ahead of the game. Now, he said this. He said the characteristics of the players are different from the Europa League final. We have different characteristics, but we also have a lot of players who played last year. So we are a better team, we play better, and we understand the game better. We are more confident. At this moment, we play a different confidence. We manage the game better. We managed the moments of the game, but if you remember the game that we had the shot on goal and won the game, I expect a different game. We can play better, but also have a little bit of luck to win the game. He said, I think we're more confident. We believe we can win any game. We prove already that we can win any game. The last game was tough on us because in some moments we weren't the team we were supposed to be in every minute. And compare that against Brighton, it was a different thing. So yeah, I think he's confident going into the game, and I think he should be. I think he talked about the goals conceded as well. He said it's a problem, especially if you see the league nowadays. The team winning lots of games is not suffering goals or shots on target, and that is a big game, especially when you have talented players. In one opportunity, you can score a goal and win the game. But I think it's more a team thing. We need to defend better. We need to be more aggressive, and we defend better when we have more energy. We have a lot to do. We cannot suffer the amount of goals we are suffering. Need to improve, and that's the main quote there. The amount of goals we concede. And listen, we're scoring goals 17. I think a lot of the teams in the top 10 and the top half of the table, especially, the top 5, have 17 goals or around that ballpark. Whereas you look at the amount of goals we're conceding, is a lot more. I think it's 16 goals we've conceded. So we are conceding a lot of goals, and I think that's something that if we stop that, I think we will massively improve the team. So yeah, there's some of the quotes in which Amorims said. They were the main ones, really. And I think it's interesting to always get Amorim's view. I think the team that he would go with, again, you could see Ugarte come in to deal with that high press and that energy that you need in midfield. But now the fifth and final thing, score prediction. Listen, United, in their last game, we scored 2. And in Tottenham's last Prem game, they didn't score any. But you have to look at the Champions League game, 4-0. Obviously, United have had longer to prepare for this game, but I'm going to back United to get a 2-1 win. Yes, it's going to be tough. Is it going to be easy? Absolutely not. Spurs, Amorims' bogey team, we've struggled a lot against them of late, and I think we really need to up the ante and hopefully get a result. Surely we can get a win against Spurs, but let me know your thoughts, score predictions.